As you know, this is sort of our final details call, but we know we're still a month out from the event. So, some things might change, but for the most part, we kind of want to finalize our plans on this call and just give a rundown of how the event's going to look. This is also our last big opportunity to make any tweaks to the sitemap or answer any big questions. So, Kim and Joan, we definitely still want some of your feedback if you have it. The agenda up on the screen kind of gives like a sneak peek at what we're going to get into today. So just going over all the documents again, talking a little bit more in detail about the event timeline, which we haven't talked about, some responsibilities, and of course, we want to take time for questions or anything that comes up. So if you think of anything, you can just jump in and we'll answer those. In terms of introductions, I think it's only friendly faces here. I know Kat was there last year. Was Amber your staff, Event 360 staff last year? I think she might be new. Okay. I'll pull my screen down and we can do some intros just for her sake. But I'm Hannah Orchard. I'm the volunteer communications coordinator for Event 360. This is my second season of PurpleStride. And I won't be in Minnesota this year. I'll be in the National Command Center in LA during the event. So, knock on wood, if you do need to call command for anything, I might be the one answering, either myself or Aaron, who couldn't be on this call. I'll pass it to Drew.
I am Drew. I'm one of the event production coordinators. Yes, my voice is deep, but I'm also suffering a cold for the second time in a matter of weeks, on top of allergy season. So, it's lovely. I'm providing the logistics for this particular market for the first time for this first full cycle. I have been providing logistics for other markets for the past 4 years, and I actually worked the very first year we did it in Philadelphia. I unfortunately will not be in California. I will be in St. Louis, which I'm happy with. That's where I've been for the last couple of years, so all good.
And I'll pass it.
What was that? Didn't hear you.
Oh, I'll pass it over to you guys.
Okay. Well, I'm Kim, and this is my 4th year of doing PurpleStride Minnesota. So it's very exciting. Last year was the best of the 3, so I can't wait to this year. And I am super excited to work with you guys because it's been pretty flawless since the last 3 years. So I appreciate it. And I love Kat, of course.
And I'm Joan. I think you all know me, but Hannah, I have a question. I don't think Minnesota's getting a staff partner.
No.
Okay, when you said Amber, I was like, I'm not sure what you're talking
about.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, our Event 360, you guys are getting a second Event 360 person.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I was like, I don't know of an Amber here, but I don't know everybody. So anyway, back to business. Yeah. Kat knows me. Amber, you don't know me. I'm the staff partner for Minnesota, Chicago, Michigan, and Pittsburgh. But Minnesota's new, so let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Awesome. Well, you guys have it dialed for the most part, so should be good to go. Just a reminder at the beginning, we wanted to check in on the deliverables timeline. This should look super familiar. We've been updating these documents during the planning process. The last update we did was actually last Monday. So all of these are on the shared resource site as of now. With any changes, we haven't made a lot of changes, but if we did, those are up now, and that's what we're going to be using to go over on this call. Right now, we're just in the reviewing on the pre-event call phase, and then we're going to take these documents and polish them up and put them in the event book for the 17th of April, and that's about a week before the event. Any questions on this?
No.
All good? Cool. All right, we can get started just quickly going over, event day roles and responsibilities. Again, this should look super familiar. The only difference this year is going to be that you won't have to do t-shirt tents or any t-shirts, any volunteers. So takes that off your hands. The rest of it should look pretty similar. So as you guys know, you won't have a dedicated PanCan staff member at your event. There's just too many events for there to be a staff member at every single one. But you will have our amazing Event 360 staff members, Kat and Amber, there to help with everything. Kat's already been with you guys. Amber might be new. They're going to be taking care of all the logistical pieces, just all the moving parts that Drew's been working on getting lined up over the last few months, several months, I should say. They'll also have the emergency response plan. We hope we won't need it, but if we do, they know it pretty well. And they'll be doing that post-event inventory, just overseeing a lot of the setup and the breakdown. And Kim, you're going to be our PurpleStride chair. You're kind of the glue that brings us all together, and brings the participants into the experience. So, just showing some love to the top teams and fundraisers, talking with the sponsors that might be there, helping to manage all the other volunteers, and just overseeing, the flow of everything, the timeline, opening ceremony, decor, all that stuff.
Excellent.
There are some other, like key volunteer roles. We're not going to go through every one of these right now in detail, but, these are people who might not be as involved in the year-long planning process, but who fill some pretty important roles kind of during the event weekend. I know every affiliate is kind of different. You might already have people to fill this positions, or you might still be looking or have people that kind of fill multiple at a time. But I think you do already have a course lead here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So our past course that they looked over, it was a group of people
Okay.
are not able to be there this year, but we're not fretting over it because we have a pretty smooth course. We'll
Gotcha.
have volunteers on it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, and like if you know the course, if you've done it before, it's really just signage the morning of, and taking it all down. So it shouldn't be too bad. We can, in terms of any of these leads, if you do have, oh great, thanks, John. I was just about to say, if you guys have any event contacts, we have a document for the event book that we're going to have updated no later than April 9th, I think is the deadline this year. Joan, you and Kim, if you haven't already, can connect offline to review this and get any phone numbers. If you want to go over it now, we do have it. It's up to
Okay.
you.
Can we
No,
just do it now since we're
Yeah.
that way? If I don't have something, Kim will.
Yeah, all good. Let's see. Sorry, let's get you guys up here. Okay. Yeah, this should be from last year. So if we need to take anyone off, put anyone on, we can do that.
So this is what I just updated today.
Okay, great.
Yep, it's perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
everything's good.
You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. And do you have anyone down here for event experience that you might want me to put in, or registration?
Kim, you had said your friend,
Yeah.
you're grooming her for event experience, but I'm not sure we should put her down,
Well,
right?
we shouldn't put her down, but we should definitely put my husband down. My husband's not on there, but he's
For
been
event
with-
experience? No.
Yeah, so no, let's put him on there as a number.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. And could I have his name?
Scott Joel said.
Scott, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And his phone number?
612-245-1139.
1139. Great.
No,
I
that's
think
me.
even
That's me. 2997. The last four digits. I just gave you mine. 2997. Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. That's nice to have them so close, but also dangerous. Oh, that's funny. And sorry, you have an E in your last name, is that right? Or the A?
It's an A, just an A.
It's an A.
JOLSTAD.
Okay, I thought I got it right. Great. Awesome. Other than that, if you do want to put someone for course lead or registration, you guys have time to do that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
Awesome. Other than that, you guys know the drill for any other volunteers, besides event day volunteers. If you do have people that want to help with like Friday afternoon or Saturday after the event for setup and teardown. That can always be helpful. Just the more hands, the better for things like the tables and the chairs and the decorations. Friday afternoon is also probably when you're going to be dropping off like food and beverage purchases or donations if you have them. And if you do on Thursday have anyone who wants to volunteer, the only thing they'd be helping out with really is the storage pickup mainly. We can get into that plan in a second. Other than that, we've been busy with our signage orders. We started that, about a month ago. Drew's been ordering some things on our side. I'm sure you guys have been ordering some things on your side. The sponsors deadline is passed, so all the sponsor banners should be taken care of at this point. The only thing we'd be waiting on is the teams deadline to see if you have any late all-star teams that'll need a banner. If they do, we'll take care of ordering those. Kim, are you receiving yeah?
Just so you know, it doesn't really matter, but I want to chime in. We do have another sponsor coming in from Alina Health. We're just waiting on their EPS file. It's due today, so hopefully they get it in. If not, but everything else has been approved. I did all of that earlier this week. So we're good on that.
We're never mad about more sponsors. That's good. Thanks for telling us. Okay, great. Are you receiving the signage shipments, Kim?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And you might have already started getting, I'm sure you've been getting like the billions of emails, but they're still going to be sent through April. So if you're not getting anything, don't worry. It's kind of just like a rolling send out, as you know. Yeah. Again, same as last year, when the shipments do arrive, we do ask that you open them and just check what's inside, just to make sure it's not like, pink instead of purple or the wrong city or anything. It really shouldn't be, but if there are any problems, we just have some time to reorder them instead of finding out the morning of and getting assigned that day.
Sounds good.
Okay. We can check in on our vendor tracker real quick now before we go to the site and route maps. This is more for Kat and Amber because they probably haven't seen the new format yet of the vendor tracker. This is where we're going to keep track of everything we've been lining up on event day. We're also tracking some things ordered, by a PAMCAN or coordinated by you guys, which you might see on the right here. Sorry, I know it's super small. It's just so much text. But for our staff's sake, the vendor tracker is organized by area now. So you can scroll through and see exactly what's going to be in every single tent, down to the quick covers and chairs, This is also with a grain of salt, when it comes to the actual event day, we have extra chairs and extra tables, and you can move things around if you want to. The only change for you guys is that we now have that vendor report summary down at the bottom here. So this is going to show you everything that each vendor's bringing, just to keep it easy. You can switch the tabs on here to check what you're coordinating or, how many radios we have, all that. This will all be PDF'd in the event book as well. So you'll have this on each page to look at. Any questions on this for now?
No. Did I see the buses on there? How many shuttles do we have? 2?
Let's see. Can you confirm that, Drew? Okay. Yeah, we've got the buses on there. Do we have 2?
We should, if that's what we've had in the past.
Yeah. Okay.
And they are running 8 to 1, correct, Drew?
I will confirm that.
Yeah.
But that's what it should be.
Okay. Without breaks.
Without breaks. Boy,
Well,
slave driver.
Well, we had where they took a break and we're like, there are no buses. And we had a line of people who were like, what is going on? Oh, yeah, they were.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Noted.
5 hours.
You were joking,
just
but
too long, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. we'll note that for them, and we can also put, I'm sure it'll be the same, but we can put their, time down like in a note in the event book
Mhm.
when you're looking at it. Cool. Cool.
I definitely make
Great.
that adjustment.
I can. Okay. I can pass the screen share over to Drew to take us through a few things, starting with the timeline. As Drew's sharing his screen, I did want to talk about the storage pickup plan on Thursday, especially since you guys won't have a PanCan staff on the event. Did you have a general storage plan last year? Are you still working that out? With you guys, we'll definitely be able to support in going to storage on Thursday, depending on what time Kat and Amber get in. But do you have any restrictions or a plan for when you're going to head over?
Usually I'll probably work until 1 o'clock and then I'm open in the afternoon. So it's always been the person who I'm meeting there, whatever kind of works for their schedule. And then we load up their vehicle and my vehicle.
Sure. And have you been able to manage with like just two people before, or do you usually need
Yes.
like three people or three cars? Two's
No,
fine?
2 is fine.
Cool. Awesome. Great. We can and we'll have the minivan. So whoever's free, we can meet you there and get that sorted.
Perfect.
Yeah, Kat will probably put together a text message thread Wednesday and set up all the logistics
Yeah.
for that. Alrighty.
All right. Take it away.
So we'll move to Friday. So you've got everything out of storage on Thursday afternoon. You've got your vehicles loaded. You don't have any t-shirts, so you'll have a little more shock in your shocks of your vehicles. So we'll move into Friday when everybody arrives on the site about 7 a.m. Surveys, make sure everything is the way it needs to be. 8 o'clock is when the vendors will start rolling in between the tent company, Ultimate Events, which has supported you guys prior years. Your AV company that will be providing your stage and your stage banner. AVVR will also be arriving as well. Not long after that, your porta potties will arrive for you, and your golf cart will come from the same entity as well. They actually provide quite a few things for you all. Somewhere in that time or after you get the golf cart, someone's go out and check the route just to make sure that it's all good. There's no big hole that somebody will fall in or something new or who knows. And between 12 and 5 is when you're going to create an incredible village for you to have an amazing event the following day. Anywhere between 4 and 5 p.m. is when night sky protection will come in for your overnight security to release at least the event 360 staff to take care of any extra needs that may happen. You got the storage. Are you having food donations or anything of that sort, Kim?
Yeah. The food donations I keep at my house and then my husband brings them over on Thursday. And then we have the pavilion, so we've been able to keep them safe or like in a clean spot for Thursday night to Friday, or I should say Friday, pardon me, Friday to Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Any questions for Friday's timeline?
No?
No? All right. So then go grab yourself something to eat, get a good night's rest, and then come back bright and early at 7 a.m. You will release the overnight staff, but then you'll have daytime staff for the 2 security guards that will be there to maintain that parking lot right beside your event village that will control the traffic going in one way and out the other. That will be where your VIP parking is and your survivor parking. And Event 360, as well as yourselves, will be going through your punch list and tidying everything up and making the village look ready for when it opens. The shuttle starts at 8 o'clock, which is in your timeline here. EMS will be on site. Your site opens at 8:30. Your ceremony begins at 9:30. You set them free out on the trail to walk at 10 o'clock. You'll start cleaning up the route behind them. At 12 o'clock is when it concludes. Then everything that seemed like it took forever to put up the day before will come down in the blink of an eye. You'll box it all up and then ready to take it back to storage.
There you go.
Any questions, comments for
No.
Saturday? No? Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty. And our site map, which will now have it add an extra sponsor. We'll just put it right here at the moment.
No, they're just a community.
Okay.
Okay.
So no extra. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All
I don't
right.
think, actually, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
We only have a passion for, so they won't get a tent no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you have marked down? So we shouldn't have any tents for a sponsor.
I have the national sponsor of I always butcher the name of Evie.
Oh,
So
Abby,
Abby.
correct. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So that's what I have.
Yeah, they're a national. I was thinking local.
Okay.
Let me check the
And
grid because I thought maybe Nestle was as well. I'm going to check the grid while you continue.
okay.
And Joan, we did not get Minji back.
No, they never answered me.
That's
So this is the parking lot that I was talking about that you guys will have control of with the security guards. You'll have one here, and then obviously off the screen I'll show better on the My Maps, and you'll have the other one at the other end, and you'll control the traffic heading south here. So, you got your pavilions over here, so that's where you guys will stage your survivors, your round tables. Okay, thank you, Joan. Your registration and donations, volunteer check-in, and your food and beverage underneath your gazebo over there. And this is the exact same setup that you've had for the last couple of years, that you'll have your stage and your photo area while you stride, your pro teams, your purple play zone, and your one sponsor. And then you also have your porta potties over here, kind of at the entrance when people are coming in and then exiting. So,
Drew, I might have a potential third food truck.
okay.
I have to confirm. It's actually a cookie. I don't know if it's a truck or a cute little something or another, but there's plenty of room over there. I mean,
Okay, sounds good. I'm still working through the punch list from the city contact, as well as still waiting for the final step for the health permit. So, but I will keep that in mind. And what's the exact name, possibly, or for the cookie truck?
T-Rex cookies.
That
I'm
sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm sending them the information on it today. I just saw they got back to me. I found them on I found a little way to message them on Instagram.
Okay, awesome.
So,
I will keep that in mind. I
okay.
should hear back from the city about where we are with our punch list, and then follow up again with the food permit. So,
And
but we're still on track.
yeah, and Drew, I know literally every city is different. Are there like any strict deadlines, with the city that they have on when we need to get them the food truck information?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
So, alrighty. Moving on.
That's good.
Parking. This is what we had showed you on the last market call, and this is your
Yeah.
primary parking lot, and this is where your shuttles will kind of come in and do a loop and then go back, exit out, and work their way to the park, which is closer than where you guys were the last couple of years.
Excellent.
So, okay.
That looks good.
Alrighty. Then we got the route map, the one that will be in your playbook and the one that's posted on the site. Your event village starting over here, walking all the way out to the lake for the short route, and then doing a loop back around. or you walk out and walk all the way around the lake. Whoops, went the wrong way. Not following my arrows correctly. I was wondering how I got to mile 2 before I got to mile 1. And then you walk around and do your loop to get your true almost your true 5K, 2.7 miles. So, okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Here it is in prettier color, but I wanted to also show that parking lot that I was talking about. And this is for Kat as well as for Amber correct. So they'd have one security guard here, one security guard there, and they would be directing everybody going in. This is where the parking passes that we get from the site contact that will be handed out for what's needed. So, and it's within obviously walking distance of the event village. So,
And do you know when, I mean, I guess you weren't the EPC for last year, but when the site contact usually gets us those parking passes, just sometime closer to the event?
something closer to the event. It's like
Yeah.
I have to put a whole bunch of little things closer to the event for
Right.
them.
Okay.
You know, like who our staff is, who we're giving radios to, etc. All the other things, the final maps when they're final and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
but when I hear from her this week, I'll follow up and ask it one more time, or I'll
So
look my
Drew,
notes.
Drew, in the past, I've just given a list of names of who we have that's going to be parking in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't had any specific like show a pass type of thing, but I guess,
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Yeah.
whatever works. I mean, if it's easier because I'll have specific like the face painter and the musician, but then of course like the VIPs or the, survivors. But we are really good about communicating. And then I put little cones and specifically put their names on them for their
Mm-hmm.
spots. So
Oh, very cool. All right.
That's great. And you can just, I mean, I don't know how close to the event you determine, the VIPs and the survivors and stuff, but that sounds familiar from last year. So whenever you have that list, you can just send it to the volunteers inbox and we'll get it over to Drew and the site. I don't know if there's probably not like an updated deadline on that, but whenever you got it to us last year should be a good time for them.
Okay.
And I can check on that.
Okay. And as far as special circumstances, I mean, there's a lot of little moving pieces. Excuse me. For between having to have the hand washing sink, to having some permits on hand, to the shuttle bus, to where to store the golf cart, and just making some phone calls, which is a lot for E360 to do, and not necessarily you all. It's just it's all there for information for them. So that's all. I don't need to go piece by piece for you because it wouldn't affect you. So
Drew, did we get a name of the person that now is in charge of our site?
it's
Remember?
Kate who you worked with last year or started to work with last year,
Oh, okay.
or maybe not.
I did. No, because I think it was Stacy's last year.
Okay, so it's Kate, and Kat has worked with her before, so they have a rapport.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good. Awesome. Do you guys have any outstanding questions that you thought of on the maps or the vendor tracker or just the event coming up?
No.
Good. Wow. You guys are awesome. I'm like, we got 30 minutes. Let's just let's hang out.
Kim's the pro here. She knows it all. And this is all brand new to me. So I'm like, nope, no questions. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, overall, it's a rinse and repeat. They have adjusted some of their things that they do behind the scenes. So some things were actually taken off the plate, and because they're just handling it differently how they do it. So But
Good.
if I need to, I can, obviously talk here and or connect with Amber and Kat beforehand, so that Kat's got everything that she needs for the
Mhm.
event.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be sending out like a follow-up email in a little bit with just a recording of the call, any next steps, which I don't think we have here. If you want to send it to like, yeah, any of your leads, anything like that, but you should be in good hands with Kat and Amber.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Drew said, you guys are gonna set up like a little group chat beforehand,
Yeah.
go over anything you need to. But yeah, if you don't have any questions right now, you do know where to find us if you think of anything. If anything does come up, you can just email the volunteers inbox. If it's, something more complicated, we can hop on a call. Other than that, the event book will be ready on the 17th, so that's Friday before event week. And you can go to the shared resource site, download it from there. Kat should have at least one full copy of it printed on site anyways, and some extra maps, so you don't have to lug a bunch of paper copies around. But yeah, we'll be talking to you soon, and then they'll see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Thank you.
for making time to jump on the call. We really appreciate it. You'll hear from us soon. Yeah, thanks so much.
All right.
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
good
You guys make it
day.
happen.
Bye.
Have a good
Thank you.
one. Bye.